Here we go!
Hey, what's up, Blue Blurs? GamerBlake90 here, your proud chief of the Blue Blurs, presenting you with another video. Although, the word proud could not be used at all to describe me today, I have to say, because I kept y'all waiting almost a whole week just to see another video. And I feel bad about that. I really do, man. Like, jeez. Eggman himself was looking pretty upset with me too, but I think in this case, it's because he was the star of today's show, so of course he would be upset, but we're gonna make it up to him in a hurry. So, yeah guys, I gotta apologize for taking so long to get another video up and running. I do have reasons for the delay, but we're gonna get into what those are later in the video, cause I don't think y'all clicked on this video just to hear me make excuses right out the gate. Nuh-uh. We Blue Blurs are known for having a far more productive use of our time than that. So yeah guys, welcome back to my channel. Glad to see y'all here. For today's video, we are going to be showcasing a mod for Sonic 3 a.i.r. And while I'm mentioning 3 a.i.r, going forward, I'm going to be calling this game Sonic 3 a.i.r because the letters a.i.r do spell out the word air, and that's a lot easier for me to say than having to pronounce each letter one at a time whenever I'm referring to this game. So yeah, Sonic 3 a.i.r it is. Hopefully nobody minds that in the slightest. Now to clear that up, we're going to be covering a mod for Sonic 3 a.i.r that is called Eggman 3 a.i.r. I don't think I need to give you a long-winded explanation on what exactly this is, because the name itself should say it all. You won't be playing Sonic 3 from the perspective of Sonic or any of his friends, though you will glimpse them here and there, so you don't have any reason to worry about that. Instead, you'll be playing the game from the perspective of the big bad himself, Dr. Eggman. I am the Eggman. That's what I am. I am the Eggman. Okay, let me stop. Let me stop. A singing voice I am not known for having at all. Though it sure would improve the quality of my life if I could sing. And probably yours as well. Anyway guys, here we are at the Angel Island Zone. Had a brief run-in with Knuckles the Echidna, and then the game kicks off just like that. And guys, look at Eggman's running animation. It looks like... I'm sorry. I've seen an animation for years, but I don't know. Every time I see it, it just makes me crack up. Pun not intended, given that we're talking about Eggman, you get it? But yeah, this is some funny stuff right here. And furthermore, this mod keeps it real about the state of Eggman's speed, because the final boss cutscenes of Sonic 2 and 3 have lied to you all this time. Unless he has a machinery at the ready, he never had the capabilities to keep up with Sonic or any of his friends in terms of speed. With machinery, sure, but by himself? This guy is nothing. Like, look at him. He can't even use slopes to build up his speed. That's how mediocre his movement is. And this may cause you to feel mildly concerned, because we are playing Sonic 3, and no doubt you remember the original level layouts for Sonic 3. However, Eggman gets to break some rule that Sonic himself has to follow, in which he can jump through loops, rather than having to circle all around himself. And come on, given how fast Eggman can move, do you think he'd be capable of clearing a loop at all? Wait, huh? Eggman, how did you do that? Seriously, how? Okay, look at that. He can barely make it up that slow. But he can clear his loop. I don't understand. As slow as he's moving? Well, way to completely prove myself wrong in the middle of commentary, am I right? Normally, he's not supposed to be able to clear those loops because he's usually not fast enough to do it, but it looks like Eggman still got some tricks up his sleeve. And speaking of, Oh, right there, he went into his long fall animation, which will play a part in the next stage, but he landed on a spring, so we'll have to say that for another time. So for the entirety of Eggman's moveset, that is seriously as fast as he can move, but he can do other things. He can't jump at enemies to attack them the same way that Sonic or any of his friends can do, but if you double jump, he performs a ground pound that will not only destroy enemies below him, or in front of him, or behind him, and it has a bigger attack radius to it, but it can also destroy spike beds. Although if you're going to do that, you need to stay at the side of a spike bed when performing the ground pound, because you try to ground pound directly on top of it ain't gonna work. And there it is, the long fall animation. If you fall from too far of a height, then Eggman will basically be flailing his limbs everywhere as he's falling. And when he finally does land, he will land all crumpled up on the ground like, ow, my back, ow. Oh, and now Eggman's trying to play it off like it's nothing. Look at him, trying to copy Sonic's idle animation with a foot tapping and whatnot. Boy, you ain't on Sonic's league. You never have been and you never will be. This guy is funny as heck. Anyway, as you can see, we are now here at the Marble Garden Zone. That was an awfully shorter take on Angel Island Zone than you may remember. Almost as short as Sonic Mania's Encore mode, in fact. But, as you might have realized, the huge differences in Eggman's moveset make it so that he can't really play through a stage the same way that Sonic or any of his friends can do. So, to accommodate this, the maker of this mod, namely Bluestreak, changed up the level so that Eggman can't actually complete them. And thank goodness that he did. Although it might have been funny to see Eggman play these stages completely unchanged just to relish in his suffering. God, that made me sound borderline cruel just saying that. And my jump did not come out to contend with that fake spike bed. What in the world, man? So anyway, this is a demo, so there are only 3 playable stages. You have the Angel Island Zone, the Marble Garden Zone, and finally the Ice Cap Zone. And all of them are only 1 act long. Like, what we have right here is basically the template from the second act of Marble Garden. So, the game been generous enough to let us skip to that part rather than have to contend through 2 acts per zone. I'm pretty sure Eggman welcomes this reprieve in the difficulty curve. But that being said, while Angel Island Zone is mercifully short, I suggest you prepare yourself to spend at least 10 minutes playing the Marble Garden Zone because you're gonna be here a while. It's not as speed-based as it normally is for Sonic, but it's definitely got a lot of obstacles for the Doctor to deal with, without a doubt. Boy, you know Eggman's movement really sucks when he's running down slope and still can't move any faster. He needs to go get some of that, whatever that chemical was in Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog that gave him superpowers when he was doused in it. Anybody know what I'm talking about? It was basically what Chemical X used to be before the Powerpuff Girls happened. Oh god, I'm getting nostalgic just thinking about the cartoons from the 2000s era, man. It's making me feel old. I'm not very much enjoying the ride as a 30-year-old man, let me tell you. But anyway, back to the game. I should honestly tell you, this isn't entirely a new work. This is actually based on a series of sprite animations constructed by Triangly. And if you recall, I covered the modern Sonic 3 Air mod that was made by Hortonus. Hortonus himself is a sprite animator, and he made a series of fan-made sprite animations. Well, shoot! Totally unintentional. But, Hortonus made a series of sprite-based animation for Sonic Mania Adventures, and Triangly himself happens to possess a similar skill set because he too constructed a series, but this time it featured Eggman as the protagonist of Sonic 3, which eventually led to the creation of this mod right here, Eggman 3 a.i.r. But whereas Triangly's creation is basically an animation you watch from start to finish, with this mod you could actually play that animation firsthand as if it were a game. In fact, the levels have been constructed in such a way that they completely mimic their counterparts as they are seen in Triangly's animations for Eggman 3. And they're highly enjoyable, by the way. If you haven't checked out Triangly's work, I'm gonna link his channel in the upper right of this video, as well as in in the description below this video, yeah. So please make sure you go and check that out, especially the series for Eggman 3. It is highly entertaining, and handles it so well in a way that if there was to be a complete reversal of the roles in which Eggman was star of the show, I could totally believe it. even if he has it much harder than Sonic and his friends do, in some respects, being the key phrase there. But yeah, what Bluestreak did here was a faithful recreation of Triangly's work with Eggman 3, and it is it is blowing me away, dude. Like, this was so much fun to play through. I honestly wanted to cover this much earlier than today, but at the time this came out, which was like near the end of last year, I was in the middle of completing a playthrough for the base version of Sonic 3, and between that and having to make changes to my content, like having to migrate to a new channel, this one in other words, it took me longer than I would have liked to finally get around to playing this and showing it off to you all. But I am finally changing that, and I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna find this a heck of a fun experience. Because think, just how often do you get to play as Eggman in any Sonic game that isn't named Sonic Adventure 2? And we're not counting any of his spin-offs, by the way. I'm pretty sure he's shown his face in a couple of Sonic-based racing games like Team Sonic Racing and Sonic R, but outside that, we're talking like a mainline game here. And I seriously can't remember any other Sonic games other than Sonic Adventure 2 where you could play as Eggman. I really can't. In fact, it feels like over time, the number of playable characters with which you could enjoy each Sonic game just kept going down and down and down and down. And that's a darn shame. Hopefully that number will start going back up with the next Sonic game, whatever that is. And I'm just realizing where we are. We need to hurry it up. Oh, thank goodness. If you couldn't break spike beds, you'd be in serious trouble. And as fast as, well, as slow as Eggman's moving, I would expect to get crushed here a few times before you fully get the hang of this rather perilous twist on Marble Garden, that's for sure. But thankfully we finally cleared it. Thank goodness for the existence of the ground pound. Now, out of the soundtrack, I think this is the prototype version of the Marble Garden Zone, and frankly, this is not something I've ever heard of before. I think I've heard the prototype theme for Sonic 3's Ice Cap, but definitely not that at Marble Garden. So yeah, there's been a complete soundtrack overhaul for this mod. You've heard that at the title screen and then the main menu. I absolutely love the theme for the main menu. It is such a banger. I gotta go back and listen to it sometime. The only thing that I think was a lost opportunity for this mod was including a Sonic Adventure 2 theme. I think it would have been downright perfect to see. But enough rambling.
I've got
we
you
got
now,
ourselves a boss
Tails.
battle with Tails. Something we haven't seen since, again, Adventure 2. But for whatever reason, this Fox Boy has purposefully given his enemy the tools he needs to keep up in this boss battle. Like, what? Tails could have just, like, you know, finished him off when he had the chance. Of course, it would have completely invalidated the purpose of this mod if he did that, but, like, I don't know. Whenever I notice something out of the ordinary, I just have to comment on it. And yeah, that boss battle is basically a pushover. You just press the jump button while you're in the drill machine, we'll call it. And as long as you aim it at the upper part of Tails' craft, you'll inflict damage to him. Just be careful not to get attacked yourself, because rings will fall off the screen. And from that point, so high up in the sky, you're going to be very hard-pressed to get any of them back. So yeah, that's really all that there is to the boss battle. And here we are at the Ice Cap Zone. Or to be more specific, the second act of the Ice Cap Zone, given how the background looks. And we're not gonna challenge these loops this time, because I have a feeling we won't be so successful, given that they are located along slopes? Oh my god, you know what? I need to shut my mouth, because Eggman is proving me wrong so badly today. I don't know how he's pulling this off. Maybe he secretly has the Chaos Emeralds, and he's drawing upon their power. But that wouldn't make any sense, because when Sonic 3 starts, he doesn't have any of the Chaos Emeralds. They're in Sonic's possession before Knuckles take them all away from him. Anyway, there are only 3 stages in this demo, and this is unfortunately the last of those 3. As more updates of this mod come out, I'm sure we'll see more of them, and each one will be just as convincing of a recreation of Triangly's animation as the last one. You've seen that with the last 2 stages, and the same holds true for Ice Cap as well. The very first time I watched that series, I asked myself, how the heck is Eggman gonna be able to clear any of those loops? Then I watched him jump through them, and I just rolled my eyes and was like, of course, man. Of course. Alright, here's another of his tools here, the jetpack. You don't really, Boy, if you don't get the heck out of my way, we gonna fight. Oh wow, I didn't know these platforms were here. Huh. Well, well, well. What's over there at the left? I'm curious now. Boing. Yo, despite not being all that familiar with this version of the Ice Cap soundtrack, I actually really like it. When I got myself ready to cover this mod, I convinced of switching it back to the original Sonic 3 soundtrack, but now I'm quite glad I didn't, let me tell you. Anyway, we can't seem to go through here. Despite the fact that this looks like a passable wall, Eggman can't seem to get through. He probably needs a drill machine to pull that off, but the question is, where is it at? Maybe it's over at the left? Whatever, I'm wasting enough time as it is. What the heck? What? If you don't get out my way. If you don't get out my way. By the way, these things, these fog machines will not freeze you if they touch you, but they will do damage to you, so of course you, don't want that to happen. I think it's because of the fact that Eggman's got a lot of pounds on him, but the fog machines aren't quite as effective against him. At least that's my theory. Now, as for why it took me so long to... Oh, wait. Well, look at that, guys. Y'all know how when you're playing the game as Sonic, you have these item boxes with Eggman's ugly mug on it? I mean,
What?
his handsome face on the item boxes. I'm sorry, Eggman. You didn't hear what you thought you heard. But... you know how there are item box with Eggman's face on it? Well, given that we're playing as Eggman now, and Sonic's face is on these boxes, what do you think would happen if we broke one of these? You're gonna get hurt, of course, and quite obviously, that is a no-no. I was so glad that they thought to pay some attention to that detail concerning the item boxes. That's some attention to detail right there. When you're falling past those crumbling platforms, I suggest keeping the stick held towards the right so you don't go falling onto either these piles of snow in the ground, or worse yet, the icicles. Because as pointy as they are, they're basically spike beds. Right now though, we're only containing with piles of snow just below the falling platforms, but I imagine our luck will run out any second now. And no, given that Eggman lacks Sonic speed, he can't get rid of the snow on the ground. He's just gonna have to deal with it. And that's bad for him because his mobility is already crappy as it is. Imagine just how much worse it's gonna get on Ice Cap. But like I was about to say a bit ago, part of why it took me so long to get this video up, aside from the fact that I was already playing through the base package for Sonic 3 at the time, I was in the middle of addressing issues with my microphone's quality. Like, one thing I take extremely seriously when it comes to my content is making sure that my commentary is good for you to listen to, both in terms of how solid the commentary itself is and how audible it is. Microphone levels are always a pain to have to configure as a content creator, and I was like, I'm getting really tired of hearing those breathing noises coming out of my microphone whenever I post videos, and if they're annoying me, I'm pretty sure they're annoying others as well. So something definitely needs to be done about that. So I've been hard at work trying to fix that issue.
Yes!
You guys wouldn't be so annoyed hearing me talk just because of the breathing noise, whatever other background noise have been coming along. And hopefully I've been successful in that endeavor. But if not, feel free to let me know how solid my microphone quality is so I can try to make further changes to it. In fact, I'm pretty sure I will keep making changes until I've hit that right note. But for now, I'm going with this, my current setup for it as it is, and hopefully it's gonna go well. Anyway guys, that is it for the Ice Cap Zone, and with that, we are done with Eggman 3 Air. At least for now we are. Again, it is a demo, and I cannot be sure of when the next update will be. It may be soon, it may be quite a bit of a ways down the road, but either way, I have a feeling this is definitely gonna be one of those mods that will stick in people's memories for a crazy long time. And here we have the credit scene thanking everybody involved in the creation of this mod. Music, Team Megamix, Master Emerald, Woofle, and Carl Brookman. That's making me think that some customized soundtrack may have been involved with this mod after all, because I definitely never heard that version of a title theme for Sonic 3 before. It would definitely explain it. So, the soundtracks for either Marble Garden or Ice Cat may very well be from the Sonic 3 prototype, or perhaps they were entirely custom made. Who knows? And with that, guys, we are done with this showcase video for Eggman 3-air. Deepest apologies to Bluestreak for taking so long to get this video out there, but hopefully he enjoyed this video, and I hope the rest of you are enjoying the showcase as well. And I want to say a huge thanks to both Bluestreak and Triangly for contributing to the creation of this downright fun mod to play around with. If you'd like to try it for yourself, I will drop the download link directly in the description below, so please make sure you go and check that out. Even if you are familiar with the stages from Sonic 3, when you play the game as Eggman, it becomes an entirely different package. And that's not too surprising to see, because the game has always been known to feel quite different when you play it with different characters. You've seen this already with Sonic and Knuckles when they were first innovated for Sonic 3. And that was always one of the strongest concepts of the Sonic franchise. But yeah, guys, that is it for this video. I thank you so much for watching, and I definitely hope that you enjoyed this video. Certainly after the week-long wait you've had to go through just for this to pop up. I'll try not to take so long next time, but no promises there because I'm pretty stingy about the quality of my content. I know I'm not all that well known yet, but I do want to make sure it's presentable. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, let me know with your likes and comments down below, and if you want to keep up with my content, hit that sub button and ring that bell so that y'all don't miss out on anything, and also consider joining my Discord server, home to a community of the Blue Blurs. Blue Blurs for life after all, right? The hashtag up at the top of my videos. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Until then, peace! Blue Blurs for life, and take care.